I'm doing a paper on if therapy animals help to decrease the effects of PTSD in soldiers who are out of combat for 6 months or less, in my intro to psychology class. First I'm going to go to Google because I usually use Google for basically everything. And it has a lot of access to various things. I'm also interested in what kinds of therapy animals would be good for therapy animals, not just if they reduce the effects in general. So first I'm going to look up information about therapy animals. And stuff has come up that I don't want, so I'm going to specify a little more by saying for soldiers. No, for veterans. I don't want soldiers. Therapy dogs for veterans with PTSD. That could be potential for later. Good idea, with PTSD. Just by looking at this, there are quite a lot that already have various programs in place for that. Can I just take notes on the notepad thing? Okay, cool. Okay. It's good to know they already have a bunch of dog programs in place, so dogs would definitely be a therapy animal that would work. So that'll be something to keep in mind for further research later, that dogs are decent. Ooh, Operation We Are Here. That would be interesting. This is basically all about dogs. I don't want that right now. Information about therapy animals. Information on therapy animals works too. Thank you, Google. I'm gonna click on the one that says National Service Animal Registry because it says it's national, and that seems decent. Well, that's useful. It tells the difference between therapy animals and service dogs, which is very good to know. But this is more about visiting. I don't want ones that visit, I want ones that belong to people. Service animal database. Oop, what is this? No, I don't want that. All about service animals. Nice. That'll be useful to have. In my paper is a definition of a therapy animal. I don't think that I really need the rest of this. This doesn't seem like it will be be useful? List of disabilities. PTSD is definitely a qualified disability. So it could be useful to note that in the paper. Saying that it's one of the qualifying disabilities for a therapy animal in general. I don't think that I need anything else about this. So back to Google, because Google is useful. Dogs do seem to be the most typical kind of therapy animal. So, what kinds of therapy animals can you have? What kind of therapy animals are there? Animal-assisted therapy. Animals increasingly used in therapy on the National Association of Social Workers. I'm clicking on that because it could be useful to tell me more about various animals as opposed to this is about dogs, this is about miniature horses. Goats, rabbits, cats, ferrets, guinea pigs, rats, dogs, and horses. So I not only want to know what kinds of animals can be used in therapy, but also how effective each of these animals is. Horses are another potential one, though. I'm scrolling a bit quickly through the rest of this because I don't necessarily want to know how to have each animal do the therapy, just the different kinds of animals that do therapy. And that's about it on that. Oops, wrong button. Right now I'm just gathering general information. When I do get such as like definition of a therapy animal, when I have that exact definition is when I'll probably end up citing my work. Types of therapy animals. That's not giving me what I want. Types of therapy animals for veterans. And I get back to dogs. Ooh, treating veterans with animal-assisted therapy. That could be very good. Ooh, it's a paper. I think I'll also have to have therapy animal versus animal-assisted therapy and defining those two. since, according to a bunch of different things I've been looking at, there are a bunch of things for animal-assisted therapy, but there's also just having a therapy animal with you constantly, as opposed to having therapy with an animal. Looks like the part that I would want is maybe page 18 or page 21. So the different groups that I could have would be since this is designing a research paper, I'd have my control group, and then maybe animal-assisted therapy groups with various animals, and then a therapy animal. With various animals. This seems like it'd be a useful paper to look at later, so I'm actually going to cite this so I can remember what it is. And I do use the ones that you just type in. Because it's very quick and easy. APA because it's psychology. And the only issue with these sometimes is that they don't actually have what you want. Okay, so Purdue. I also use Purdue because they're very specific about how to do things. Usually. I think other non-print sources. Online journal. It's not a journal though. It's paper that somebody wrote. That could work. Oh, just kidding. Wrong thing. Dissertation or a thesis seems potential.